you want to lead us off?
Yeah, for sure. Congrats on the win, Emeka. I believe you had the assist on that opening goal, 43 seconds in. What was going right from the jump for you guys?
I think we were playing, I think we used a lot of the things that we did in training and applied it really well in that first half, especially for the first goal. I know yesterday in training it was really about if they're in a low block and things are happening, then if you're a pivot or if you're just an attacking player and you play the first pass, you want to try and continue your run forward. And so obviously I played that first pass to Ari and then continued it forward. Luna found me and was able to square it across to Diogo, who had a good finish, So I think the first 15 minutes went pretty well. Obviously, we conceded the goal on the set piece, which was tough to defend. It was a really great ball in, and then disallowed goal, which helped us. So weathered the storm a little bit, and then got the goal at the end of the first half to win the game.
Yeah, and then in the second half, you guys were able to hang on despite, of several attacks from Houston. What did it take to see this one out?
Yeah, I think that's just a mentality piece. I spoke about it a little bit last week about when we conceded our goals. We conceded our goals last week, in the 45th minute, and then we did one in the 90th plus one and one in the 96th minute as well. And I kind of just said we have to have that mentality as a team and as an individual to have that responsibility that, when it comes down to it late in games, late at the end of a half, to just have that feeling that we're not going to concede a goal no matter what happens. And I think we did that relatively well, even though it might not be the prettiest. As long as we can see out the game and then get the win, that's all that matters at the end of the day. So I'm really happy with how the team did that. It's learning from the last game. Putting our shields up a little bit in those last final minutes to see out the game and then to win it.
Awesome. Thanks, Emeka.
Hey, Emeka. You put a big shift defensively tonight. What was the key to shutting down Houston attack?
Yeah, we kind of had a little bit of a different approach this week than we did last week in San Diego. It was more kind of to try and kind of shield their pivots, shield kind of Artur and McGlynn, Jack, so that our pivots, me and Ojeda and Nelson, could kind of stay a little bit further back, a little bit more aware of their tens, be able to track their tens in the half spaces. If they do end up getting to the byline, me and Ojeda are in good positions in the box to hopefully pick up a man or clear the ball. So I think we did that relatively well. I think it's definitely still be better. I think we still let up some big chances, but I think the game plan going in, I think we executed it pretty well. Against teams that play like that really try and possess a lot of the ball and have a lot of numbers in the middle, it's very important that we try and shut off the middle, force it to a side, and then we can kind of set our trap in, things like that.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking along with that, now on the other on the other end of the things, how do you guys find the space on Houston defense?
Yeah, I think it was relatively good. I think we were trying to last game. I think there were points in the game where we attacked really, really quickly, and it came very, very transitional. You saw for our second goal, I think, we were kind of camped out in their half, a lot of passes, switching it from one side to the other, and then the cross in and Diego getting the goal. So I think it was just, good patience a lot of the time to know that, like, if we can't attack right away, then we can relax, keep the ball, make them move a little bit, and hopefully look for those spaces to open up. Because I think we did create some good chances, some good, very, very good half chances too at the end of the game when they were chasing it. That one pass across that they deflected, like that happened 2 or 3 times. So I think if we can do that consistently, as well as the defensive piece of staying in games, then we can win any game that we play, away from home, at home as well. So yeah.
Yeah, you kind of touched a little bit about it, but obviously it's tough to win in Houston. So looking ahead, what's the focus for keeping this momentum going?
I think it's just more, I wouldn't even say more of the same. I think just be better this week in training than we were last week in training. You want to try and be better each day, be better each game. So obviously we're happy and satisfied with the win, but then, when we get into training on Monday or Tuesday, that win goes out the window and it's a new week. We have to work hard, have the right mentality again, so that we can prepare the right way, and then take care of business at home against Dallas.
Thanks, Emeka. That's all for me.
Anybody else for Emeka?
I'll ask a question. Emeka, Cabral talked about, still needing to work on improving the defense. A lot of scrambling team defense in the box. Any thoughts on how you can improve on that? And then on the flip side, is there things that you have improved on?
Yeah, I think improving defensively is just, kind of just an individual responsibility that we all have to take as players, that, when it gets into the 18 or when it gets down to the byline, that you just have that saying in your head that they're not going to score a goal, And I think we did that pretty well tonight. They didn't score from open play, just a set piece. I think whenever they had crossed into the box, we latched onto the defenders relatively well. We're able to clear the ball relatively well. So I think I was very, very happy with that. Obviously, after last game, we let up a lot of chances. They finished a lot of their chances. So it was a good step up, but something that we also want to continue to grow on. And what was the other part of the question? You said,
where have you improved so far in the season on defense?
I think I think the communication part, against San Diego, we were running a lot. I think it was hard to kind of communicate who was going where. It was really unclear, I think, for some of the center backs when to step to the 9, unclear for us as pivots, when we're going to try and stick with the 10 or try and step up to their pivot. It was a lot of uncertainness. But today, I think it was very, very clear, the game plan was clear that hopefully our attacking players could kind of shield their pivots. We could kind of stay off their 10s, and then one of our center backs could step with their 9. It made it very clear, very predictable in how we defended. And I think when you can make anything predictable, it definitely helps the team. So,
any of your teammates impressed you, or what were your teammates that impressed you the most in this game?
Yeah, I think everybody played fantastic. Whenever we have to have a game like that, I think Rafa was fantastic. He made a save late at the end of the game off a massive header. That was fantastic. I think Diogo was very good today as well. The goal he scored, I think he was calm on the ball when we got it to him. Made a lot of good decisions. Obviously, Diego with the goal as well. So the whole back line, whenever your backs are up against it, you have to count on your back line, center backs, outside backs to defend well, and that's what they did. So, very happy with everybody's performance today.
Thank you. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks, Mecca.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everybody.